Hello, everyone. I am so excited to present to you today Meet Edgar's Perfect Pin Plan. What this is it's a 5-day email course that teaches you how to set up a business Pinterest account to help drive traffic from Pinterest to your site. There's a lot of nuances on Pinterest that really make it different from other social platforms. First and foremost, being that it is a little bit more of a search engine than the other platforms, seeing that when people go on to Pinterest, they're typically going on there because they want to be inspired to start a project or they're looking to gain information the same way someone might go onto Google. So they're using the search bar in Pinterest to actually search out specific keywords. So the email course will really teach you how to get savvy about looking for what keywords you can add into your pin descriptions to make it more likely that your pins will show up in the search results. We'll also go over some really good graphic techniques that you can use. Spoiler alert, we'll talk a lot about text overlay on your images, just because when something is presented in the search results on Pinterest after a user has searched for that word, you want to really compel someone to actually click through on that link. So we'll go over how to make graphics that increase the amount of people clicking through or saving your pin to take action on later. Pinterest has absolutely changed the amount of traffic that has brought from social networks to our blog, because it really is that sort of way that Pinterest wants to give people a way to take action on it, rather than other networks like Facebook or Twitter. They really want to keep you on their platform. The more time you spend on their platform, they see that as success. Pinterest is a little bit different. They really want you to find what you're looking for and leave their platform, which is awesome news for marketers, because that means we really do get to make sure that we're driving traffic to our site more. So if you haven't signed up for it yet, the Perfect Pin Plan, you can do so in the link to the description of this video. It's a 5-day email course that'll walk you through the exact steps that we used in order to increase traffic from Pinterest to our site. Now, Meet Edgar does automate pins. If you've never tried the Meet Edgar Pinterest integration, I'll give you a tour real quick here. It's a really great way just to make sure you're staying consistent, because that truly is the best advice that I can give on any social network, is to stay consistent and keep going. Kind of like working out, right? It's going to be much more beneficial if you do it every single day. So if you're using Meet Edgar, or if you're not using Meet Edgar yet and you want to know what it looks like to automate a pin, we'll go over that now. So this here is our composer. When I click to add new content in Edgar, I'm always able to check off where I want this content to go over here on the left. So for Pinterest, I'm just going to say, hey, I want this piece of content to go to Pinterest. Obviously, for Pinterest, you have to select a board. So let's say I'm adding my blog post there. Edgar is a category-based system of posting, which actually matches pretty closely to what Pinterest's nature is with its boards. So I'm also going to tell Edgar what type of post this is. And then I'm going to go ahead and write my post here. If, for example, I would like to put a blog post into this section here, let me go ahead and find a blog post link here. If you put link, let's say like this, right into this section, you'll notice that it automatically gets copied down into the destination link here. So the destination link is where if someone clicks on your pin, that's where it's going to drive the traffic to. Now, if this post is only going to Pinterest and you're not amplifying it out to the other accounts, once you do that, you can absolutely delete that. And this is the description. So you're going to want to include the keywords that you search, including in this description section, because when people go on to Pinterest and search, that's how Pinterest determines if your pin will match what they're looking for. So do the research in what's included in the Perfect Pin Plan email course to know how to really increase your SEO on Pinterest. The pin title here, if you do not include a pin title, it's going to automatically be added based on the metadata on your blog post. If you'd like to override that and make your own pin title, absolutely go ahead and do it there. Of course, for Pinterest, you do need to upload a photo or a video. Now, video pins are getting so much reach right now. So if you're someone who hasn't had a video pin on Pinterest yet, I really implore you to try it, because we're seeing our most amount of traffic comes from the pins that are videos, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Video pins can be as short as 4 seconds, as long as 15 minutes. If you already have like YouTube content or anything like that, download that content, upload it into like a program like Canva, where you can actually size it onto the perfectly sized pin and upload it here. And I promise you'll be amazed at how much traffic you can get. Once you actually get your content into the library, you'll schedule it either manually. So if you want to send a pin out at a specific date and time, this little schedule drop-down menu, the second option that says schedule, send, and save, will go ahead and allow you to put in a specific date and time when you want this to go out. If you would prefer to schedule this as an evergreen piece of content, which I absolutely recommend you do on Pinterest, you can use our weekly repeating schedule. Now, on Edgar's weekly repeating schedule, this is a 1-week view. However, it repeats over and over again, so you only have to set it up once. You'll just make sure that your time slot is connected to a category that has Pinterest content in it, and you could check off Pinterest and click on Save. How this works with the content you added to the library for Pinterest is when Edgar comes upon this, he's going to send the most recent post out to Pinterest. He'll then take that post and put it to the end of the line in the category. The next time he comes upon this time slot, he'll send the next update out, put it to the end of the line in the category, and move along. And you get the idea. He's moving his way through all of the pins you've added to that category in the library in a last in, first out order. Once he reaches the bottom and there are no new pins, that's when he'll start from the top again, resurfacing the pins and continue to send them out, which is really great news because Pinterest is always looking for fresh content. They do have a rule that says you cannot send the same pin 5 times within a month, but Edgar has everything set up to not allow you to do that. If you wanted to, say, share an evergreen piece of content more than 5 times on Pinterest, our variations feature will allow you to do that as well. And we've actually added something in here called media variations also. Media variations just allow you to switch out what image goes with the pin, but you could still use the same description. And the good news there is Pinterest sees a fresh pin just as a new graphic. So as you're making your graphics for your pins, you can absolutely go ahead and make like 5 of them. Come into Edgar. When you click to add a variation, a second text box will pop up here where you can just alter the pin that you're putting in there, and you can still use the same destination link, title, and description there. If you do have any questions at all, please let us know by emailing support@meetedgar.com and sign up for the perfect pin plan if you're unsure on how Pinterest can help your business. It's a super great process of daily just making progress on a new social network, which just gives your content the opportunity to get in front of more people. If you have questions, I'll be in the inbox the rest of the afternoon, so email support@meetedgar.com. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys, and I hope that you see some really awesome success from Pinterest in the upcoming days.